Hello, my forensics friends. I'm going to show you how to use the soil texture triangle. Now, I've inserted or attached this Google Slides with our triangle because this might be an easier way for you to fill out the chart for the pre-lab and also to analyze your soil sample. So first of all, let me explain this textured triangle. You have on the three edges of the triangle, you have the three components of soil. You have clay on this side with the percentages increasing going up. You have silt on this side with the percentages increasing going down. You have sand over here with the percentages increasing going to the left. Now, in the middle, you have all of these lines in kind of a grid pattern. That's just showing where the percentages from the three sides meet or intersect or converge. And depending on where they meet, you can see that there are these black lines that outline different shapes, and there are names within those shapes. So depending on where those three lines intersect, you may find that you have a clay soil. If your three lines intersect anywhere within this trapezoid triangle shape here. You also may find that you might have silt loam if your three lines intersect anywhere within this section. So I'm going to go ahead and go through sample A with you. Sample A is from the pre-lab, and we see that it has 75% sand. So I'm going to come up here. You see where it says line? I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to click off into the space here, maybe up here, it's fine. And I've created myself a line. I'm going to change the color of that line. Let's make it a bright blue, and let's make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Now I'm going to take one end, and starting down here along the sand, we're going to find 75%. 75% is going to be here halfway between the 70 and the 80. So I'm going to take one end of my line and place it right down here about halfway between 70 and 80. I'm going to take the other end of the line and make sure that it creates a straight line going up and to the left. So here's my line starting at 75% sand, going up and to the left. Okay, I'm now going to create an additional line. I'm going to change that color. Let's make this one pink. And let's make it nice and thick again. This pink line is going to represent our silt. Silt is, according to the pre-lab for sample A, 10%. So silt is over on this side. 10% is right up here. Now, the grid already has a line, but we're going to make our pink line follow that grid line. So we're going to place one end up here at the 10%. We're going to place the other end following that line coming down. Now, if you imagine that you were looking with this edge of the triangle at the bottom, again, you would be going up and to the left off of that edge. If you have access to a printer, you could print this out on paper, and with a color pencil or a marker or a highlighter, or even with a crayon, you could do the same thing using your fancy handy dandy ruler that you have with your forensic supplies. You can draw those straight lines right onto the paper if you have access to a printer. If not, this works just as well. So we're going to insert a third line here. We're going to change that color. Let's go with maybe, let's go with green this time. Or you know what, let's go with purple. And we're going to make that line a little thicker. And for clay, that's 15%. Clay is over on this edge. We're going to find 15% halfway between 10 and 20. So we're going to take one edge of our line, place it right there, about halfway between 10 and 20. Now this one is going to go straight across. Now, if you were printing this and you have this edge at the bottom, you would see that you would be going up and to the left if you're drawing it. And now we can see where those three lines converge. If you want, you can put a pretty little smiley face right there. right here. Plop. There's our pretty smiley face. We can even change the color if we like. Let's make it a yellow smiley face, because why not? And that's where those three lines converge. Now, if you see this outline shape here, it's kind of a funky shape, but that's okay. You can see that our convergence, our intersection, falls within the sandy loam category. If you look on your pre-lab and the chart, that name sandy loam is already filled in for you. So we have just confirmed that based on 75% sand, 10% silt, and 15% clay, our soil sample is considered sandy loam. I'm going to go ahead and do the next sample with you and see how that works. We can remove these lines or we can move them over. Let's just go ahead and delete them, so it's less confusing. We'll keep our smiley face over here though, because we may want to put him back in there a little bit later. Okay, so let's look at sample B. We have 10% sand. Let's bring our line in here. Try that again. Line. Here we go. Let's make that color. Let's use some different colors this time. Let's go with orange. Let's make it a little thicker as well. So 10% sand is going to be right over here. And again, we're going to go up and to the left. So I take one edge of my line, place it on the 10. The other edge is going to go up and to the left all the way across our triangle. So there's my first line. Let's get our second line in here. We're going to change that color. Let's make it yellow. Again, a little thicker. Silt is our next one, and silt is 83%. So here's my silt. We're going to find 83%. If 85 is halfway, we're going to go a little bit less than halfway. And again, we're going to go up and to the left from that bottom edge. I'm going to try to make it about parallel to these other lines coming off of the 80 and the 70. You can see those lines coming off of there. There's our silt. And now we need a line for our clay. Let's make this guy green. Let's go ahead and make it a little thick like we did the other ones. Now the clay is only 7%. 7% is for clay is going to be over here on the left. If 5% is halfway, 7 is going to be a little bit more than that. So let's put 7 maybe right there. And this one, again, if we were looking at it from the edge with this edge at the bottom, going up and to the left. However, this line is going to go straight across our triangle. And although it's not perfect, we can see about the area where we converge on those three lines. Put our smiley face right there. And I covered up the name, but we can see that this section here is silt. So for sample B, our soil texture name, we're going to type the word silt, S-I-L-T. Okay, my friends, I hope this was helpful. Again, if you have questions, you can let me know. If you need help with any of this, definitely let me know. If you have access to a printer, you can simply, well, let's delete these guys first. You can simply come up here and print out that sheet of paper. And like I said, you can use your ruler with highlighters or markers or color pencils or crayons or even different color pens. It helps to use 3 different colors, one color for each component. That way you can see exactly where they match up. Or you could use like a pen, a pencil, and a colored pencil or marker, just 3 different items so you can see the 3 different colors. Okay, my friends, good luck on completing your pre-lab, and I hope you enjoy analyzing your soil sample. Again, if you have questions on anything, just let me know. Have a great day.